Big 12 Media Days in Arlington, AT&T Stadium. Kansas State, the defending Big 12 champions. Kobe Savage with us on 365 Sports. Paul Craig, and I'm David Smoke. So we have one thing in common. We're both I'm not an athlete. But a Tyler Junior College alum. Craig went there. I went there. That's a really good place to play JUCO football, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Great conference, too.
Yes, sir.
So, defending champions, does that mean anything now that it was, almost 7-8 months ago?
No, it means nothing to us.
Just clear it and move on.
Yeah, we're not wearing our rings. We're over with.
You guys kind of hopped on the scene last year. Nobody knew what to expect. Have a quarterback injury, then Will comes in, and it is great. But you guys, it feels to me that you guys knew that was probably going to happen last year. When did you know that this was a team that was special and was going to do some things?
I feel like for me, my realization was Iowa State, just having that battle, only a game that ended up 10-9. Just showing our offense how strong and tough they are, our defense how stout we are. So just going after that game, I really knew how solid our team was going to be.
Take us through your arriving in Manhattan, kind of how that process played out. And, Chris Klieman from the outside seems like a really great guy to play for. What's that relationship like and getting to know him?
Man, he's an amazing coach. He's a player-led coach. He allows us to be leaders and have a voice for the team in the locker room that a lot of coaches probably may not have. He's not a dictator at all. He brought a guy like me, a JUCO guy, to Media Day, so I'm really appreciative of him. He's a great coach. I love Coach Klieman.
What does it mean? Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, how much of an honor is that to get that invite to come here and represent the program?
Man, it means the world to me. Just being a voice for my team and my defense is amazing. It's like you said, it's an amazing honor. I'm going to use the most out of it I can.
Kobe, there's expectations, but now this conference has gotten bigger with 14 teams and, of course, as I mentioned, the defending champions. What are the expectations of knowing your schedule's different? It used to be everybody played everybody. All 10 played everybody. Yep. And now there's this group of 4 that's come in, so to speak. Does that change anything the way you go into the season?
No, we're still going to attack it the same way with the same preparation. I was just thinking about it. It is going to be kind of weird just seeing how the teams with the best overall or the best streak, how the championship game would turn out, how the play pool would go. So I'm not too sure about that. But other than that, no, same preparation, same attack.
When did you get the vibe of the attitude when you got to campus on the defense? You're coming in from JUCO. Yeah. What the Kansas State? You guys are physical. You guys really, I would guess kind of built to the defense more than the offense. When did you pick that up? Was it like something almost immediately that you're like, oh man, I better be ready to lay the wood here?
Yeah, day one, whenever Coach Klieman was going over film with me, I could just see it was a defense just swarming to the ball. Whenever I remember K-State played Stanford here at Dallas Cowboys Stadium. And I was just seeing the defense swarm to the ball, DBs, linebackers, D-linemen. Guys just running at 100 miles per hour trying to hit something. So I knew I couldn't be afraid or couldn't be scared to turn down a hit.
What was it like, your first time back since the championship game? I know you guys have moved on, but can you just take us into your shoes and your journey and being a part of that incredible championship game against TCU and just how that unfolded?
It was really crazy because I had just got back from surgery and I was sitting on the sideline just cheering my guys on. We had I think 3 freshmen in at the time, a freshman safety and a freshman corner, and then we had a scout team wide receiver that got moved to corner play for us there in that game. So it was a really special game for us because we had a bunch of guys that were walk-ons, JUCO guys, underrated recruits at a high school, just play at a high level and get a 4th down stop and ended up kicking a field goal.
Did you get tired just watching it on the sideline?
Man, yeah.
I got tired watching it on TV.
Yeah, I was tired. And my leg was straight from surgery, too. So I was sitting up, sitting down, doing everything I could to try to move around. So, yeah.
How hard was that, though, for you personally to not be able to be out there, especially during some big games like that? Obviously still had a huge role, but tough personally to kind of have to sit there and watch?
Yeah, it was very tough just not being out there with my guys. But at the end of the day, us winning brought me a lot of joy, seeing my guys accomplish what we set out at the beginning of the season to do. So it felt a lot better winning a ring and having a torn ACL than not winning.
So how painful was that, not just to not play, but we've heard about the recovery, the rehab, the physical therapy. How long did it take before you were 100%, and are you 100%?
Yes, sir, I'm 100%. And it took 6 months, I'd say. Yeah, 6 months.
It used to be a year and plus, and now with the way technology and medicine, was there a time early on where you said, man, I don't know if I'm going to get back? I know you have that drive and desire, but was there ever a time you doubted the system, so to speak?
Really, at the beginning, I thought about it, but then I remembered when I went JUCO, I was probably one of the shortest safeties in the conference, one of the most under-recruited guys ever. Coming out of TJC, I had no offers. I had strictly Division II, but then I realized that hunger and that animosity I had towards all the college coaches that I wanted to prove them wrong. So I came in with that same mindset towards my name. I never doubted it.
You weren't recruited?
Not at first. When I first got there, I had just D2 offers, maybe a couple of NAIAs.
So, I mean, don't you think that the proof, though, is a little bit in the pudding on the short guys? I mean, you know, Honey Badger's not tall. Buda Baker's not tall.
Trey Thomason, who we covered in high school, he just won the Thorpe Award last year. Yeah.
Not tall.
Yeah.
Bob Sanders wasn't tall. Eric Weddle not tall. Like, I'm not listing guys that are, you know, don't have to, you know, put on their tiptoes to get a jar out of the cupboard. I mean, you know.
Yeah. If you can make plays, you can make plays. That's what I try to tell everybody, any height. So I'm definitely going to be a ball player for him.
Kobe, just what do you think about? There's obviously a lot of focus on Will and the offense, but post Deuce, what has that been like? Is a notable absence from the locker room? And I know you feel good about DJ and the other guys, but how much of an impact or just a feeling is different from not having him around anymore?
Nah, it's definitely a little missing piece because Deuce is a great teammate, a great friend, a guy that you always want around, just bringing energy and juice. But like you said, play-wise, no, we have a lot of good guys coming in at back. Trayshawn Ward from Florida State coming in. He's really, really good. Him and DJ will complement each other very well in the back.
Well, I bet you don't miss trying to tackle him in practice, though.
No, he's too little, so whenever a gap opens, all you see is a little dude running.
Were there times, honestly, against him, even though you practice, that you just don't see him until it's too late?
No, that's a fact, yeah. And I'm a shorter guy, so and I still didn't see him. So I know like guys like Julius Branson, VJ for sure didn't see him.
What is the culture and how is the culture at Kansas State? Because we know that the Big 12 has a couple of teams about to leave in Texas and Oklahoma, but 2 years ago, Baylor came out of nowhere to win it. Last year, you guys didn't come out of nowhere, but TCU and you in that game. What's the culture like and the confidence like?
I'd say the culture is it's a player-led team. Like I said earlier, Coach allows us to lead and do everything we can to develop the younger guys and bring them to the standard that we have and continue to raise the bar. And I feel like we just have a competitive edge. Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Like you can look at plenty of our starters are walk-ons, JUCO guys. So, I mean, we all treat each other the same. When we put our helmet on, it's a great equalizer, like Coach says.
What were you as a star ranking? Not that those ratings are the end-all, because you've proven that among some of you even mentioned. What were you ranked coming out of high school at Paris High School? Were you?
I didn't even have a rivals or a max. I had nothing.
No profile.
No
God
profile.
bless you, man. That's
no
all. No, that's exciting to me.
I still have a screenshot of it back home.
What did Steve Hohenberger, your head coach, what were some of the pep talks he had to give you back in the day?
Coach Holmberg is a psycho. That's like that's one of the craziest coaches I had. I actually have a teammate that plays for Baylor with me. We graduated the same year. Elijah Ellis. He's a Yeah, but
Do you know Jordan Williams?
Yeah,
at all?
Jordan Williams. That's my cousin. He's playing.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that real?
He had a great year.
Yeah, he really did.
He's a great interview. We loved having Jordan on the show.
Jordan's a great dude, but he'll tell you Coach Holmberg is crazy, like an old school coach. Barely used his phone, didn't have a Twitter or anything like that at first, but he would hype us up every game and get us turned.
You know why I know that? Because he already ever returned my emails too. Technologically, like I'm behind the curve when it comes to that, and I had to kind of constantly just, hey, would you please return this for me?
I sent him like a letter in the mail.
He never touches his phone.
Like the Pony Express back in the day. 6 days later, the stagecoach arrives in Paris. So it's cleared, but you are the defending champions. Whether that makes you guys better or any extra points when you start what is that like to be the defending champions for a conference that has so much tradition?
It feels really good. I mean, it's amazing being a conference championship, coming out on top out of all the teams. Like you said, it does. It puts a target on our back, so we're coming in being the targeted, but we're still going to be hunting as well. So.
Again, young man, alum of Tyler Junior College,
yes,
and, of course, also a heck of a player at Kansas State University in Kobe Savage.
We covered Baylor, so you guys rolled into town last year like a ball of knives, and that game was over pretty quickly. Just what was the kind of Baylor had their own things going on, but from y'all's point of view, what was kind of the mentality rolling in? Because y'all were really kind of clicking, but what do you kind of recall from just the mood of the locker room and the setup for all that?
I remember there was a tremendous amount of attention to the quarterback getting Blake Shapen off his step, maybe throwing the receivers' timing off, because I remember they had a decent running back that's returning this year as well. But really just the main focus was Blake Shapen and just getting him off his game, and I feel like we did a lot of tremendous job getting the pressure to him. But, yeah, and it was a completely different Baylor team from last year or the year before. And
Yep.
because I remember when I was watching film on them, I thought they were going to be up with us in the Big 12 championship. But no, it was just the main focus was Blake.
Can you learn from what happened to them? Because they were 12-2 and they won the Sugar Bowl and they were a ball of knives. And I know they've always had competitive games with Kansas State, but that wasn't one. Can you learn from how they didn't go from year to year? Is that an example?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we definitely got to take into account what they did the year before to now. We definitely don't want to fall off. We want to continue to attack each game and come in with the same preparation.
All right, who's somebody that we don't know about? Because you guys have lost. I mean, you know, we talked about Deuce and those replays, but who's somebody that we don't know about on Kansas State that we're going to know about?
Marquis Siegel. He's going to be the free safety.
Okay.
Marquis Siegel.
Going to plug him in, plug it, copy and paste,
Yeah.
and get it going?
Yeah,
Is he going to, like, knock some helmets off, that kind of thing?
Nah, he will. He's a big free safety. I'll say that.
Is he as big? The wide receiver punt returner, Knowles, he's gone, right?
Yeah.
But you have somebody coming in that just like Kansas State, you just find people to.
Yeah. They just find them and plug them in wherever they can.
What was the lowest point of when you were playing and you didn't think enough people knew you could play?
At Kansas State?
Yeah, anytime.
Anytime?
Yeah.
I'd say my lowest point was we were playing NEO. You know about
Yeah,
NEO?
Northeastern Oklahoma,
we
yeah.
were playing NEO.
In Miami, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Hawaii's head coach was there, and I caught a one-handed pick six, and I had like 11 tackles, and he even text me or nothing after the game, so I felt really low right then.
Wow.
But I just kept every game. I told myself I was going to get an interception every game, and I would try to. I ended up with 5 that season, but I was just proving to myself that I could play at that level, and I would send an hour a day to text every college coach and send them my film.
Did you really?
Every day.
How many of them responded?
I know Bill Napier did, and I remember for a fact he did, so I unfollowed all those coaches. All the Texas Tech coaches that are here, I should say something to them because they didn't respond to me. They all had the chance. Baylor, too, I texted every Texas school.
Yeah, well, maybe they're like Coach Holmberg. They didn't understand how to return a text.
Yeah, the DMs didn't work.
Do you have like a little checklist of who did not respond so when you play them?
Nah, it was long, but I know for a fact I texted every Big 12 school in Texas.
Yeah.
So I know Baylor
Well, you know
was on
what?
there.
They missed out on you.
Yeah, they did.
That's the way missed out on you.
What does the city of Manhattan mean to you?
I love Manhattan. It's a small town. It kind of reminds me of like an East Texas town, just without the tall trees. Very small, but the fans go crazy. There's like maybe 55,000 people there, and our stadium's like 50,000, and they just fill it out. It's an incredibly like family-based town. Like everybody's really nice.
I think most Big 12 cities or towns or universities are like that.
Yes.
Whether it's Lubbock
Yes.
or Manhattan or
Exactly.
Ames or Waco, it's got a lot of those. It's a little bit underrated, the
Yes.
atmospheres
It
that they can
is.
develop.
It is.
Kobe, good luck. Congratulations on what you've accomplished, no matter what others probably didn't think you could.
Yes, sir.
You got more time to prove even more
yeah.
of what you can do. Congratulations on the Big 12 title as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Kobe Savage, Kansas State. This is 365 Sports.